Hello, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be trying the new brand that I got at Walmart that is called Nude by Nature. So as you guys saw in my Walmart haul slash somewhat ultra, I did a lot of damage and I bought a lot of makeup, including this brand, like I said, that I only saw at Walmart. So today I want to try it out. It's a full face, everything new. The blush, the highlighter, all that. So we will see how this goes. I'm hoping that this is good, and I will end up testing these out individually with other products I have and all that. I just want to make sure that I want to see how they look all together. Then I will be testing out, like I said, with individual products and by themselves and see how they compare and pair with other things I have. So first of all, like I said, they did have a primer. This is the Nude by Nature Perfect Primer Correcting and Evening. So as you guys saw when I swatched it, it was a little blue, but that's because it is, like I said, a corrector. So this is what it looked like, and it's supposed to like correct like redness and all those like imperfections that people have on their skin. So yes, it may be a little scary at first, which I was a little scared for at first. But once you blend it in, you kind of have like a little hue, like a little tint. But I don't know if you guys could see, it did do a little correcting. So we will see. Like I said, it's tea at first. And this is the first time I think I ever tried anything that was like blue tint. I even had a tint in it. Because you never know. It does have a smell. So these are more like, I think, natural ingredients that you have, that they have in it. And I told you in the video when I did this, it showed you guys all this, that it did remind me of Bare Mineral because it had a lot of loose powders of everything. Like I said, they had loose foundations, bronzers, blushes, stuff like that. So it kind of was kind of interesting that, but the problem that I had with that, and the thing about this is that, like I said, I had to order some from Walmart because I couldn't get it all on that day. They only had one eyeshadow palette so far I saw. Like, I'm sure by on the website they will have several different ones, but what I saw at Walmart was one eyeshadow palette, one shade of look like brows and mascara, all that. So yeah, okay. So as you can see, I think I did a little bit of correcting. I kind of like, you could kind of see like the blue tint or the green tint, but I'm sure covering all up with the foundation I have will work really good. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to use a foundation brush because I love using these, testing out new foundations just to see the coverage and all that. So this is a oil-free, buildable, full coverage foundation with a satin matte finish. Which you guys know I love a satin matte. Because you guys know I am mostly dry, but I don't want a complete matte or complete satin. I like the middle. I like to still have that glow, but I don't want to be dry at the same time. So I got the shade Into Classic Beige. And it says vegan free, suitable for sensitive skin and non-comment. So like I said, I think Bare Mineral was kind of going down the direction when they have it. I think they still have Bare Minerals, but I think they was like suited towards people like that and not have like all those extra ingredients in it. So I'm using my my Health Buffing Foundation brush. I love this brush for buffing and putting a foundation. Any cream product you guys have, this type of brush. The other one I have, which is this one right here, which is Complete Duo. Great for that stuff. I love using this. It's one of my favorite ones, and I literally got me a lot of backups. tell you right now. So this is what it looked like. I just put one pump because it says full coverage, so I'm gonna see with a brush, and then I will test out again with a sponge and all that, and see how full coverage this really is. And the shade don't look that bad. It may look a little deep, but I think once I blend this out, and consider the fact that we are close to that warm, nice warm weather, which I'm kind of downing that where I'm living. We had really bad weather the other day when I was at work, like snow, lily, the S word, which I do not like. So yeah. But once I blend it out, I mean, it feels really nice. It has a little smell, which I've noticed out of the primer too, and I don't know if I'm a big fan of the smell. I mean, it smells like really natural products, but not in a good natural way. So I'm not really going out today. I'm just going to be, trying to give this on and see how long and see what it does for my skin and all that. But I'm going to put one more pump. But so far, I think it does a little bit full coverage. I mean, I could definitely tell. And the thing about this, it does do a twist up. So it's one of those type of products. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try out with the sponge and see how it goes. Looks a little, like I said, a little dark on me. So yeah, I think I should have got a lighter shade. But they had so much, they really didn't have the lightest of the lightest shade at Walmart. They only had probably light to deep, probably not, but maybe close to fair, really fair shades for lighter, extremely light people. So that's the only thing too, is that the shade wasn't it was good but not good enough in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I definitely could see the full coverage. I definitely could see, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to retest this out and stuff, because it feels a little dry, and it looks a little dry on my skin. Yeah, it's a little deep for me, as I could tell. So definitely, if this works out, I'm definitely gonna have to try a different shade. But I don't know, it looks a little dry. So I'm definitely going to retest this out, but you could definitely tell it's a full coverage type of foundation. But other than that, it feels like more of a matte than a satin one. The Lumi matte one from Maybelline, that has the good medium between its matte and glowy. This is kind of good. I think this would be best for people who are extremely oily or somewhat combo, but I think someone who's extremely dry like I am, yeah, I'm gonna have to use this a sponge, see if that works out. But with the brush, it looks a little, like I said, dry, cakey. I don't know if I like this, so I'm definitely gonna have to retest this out and see how it works. But I'll keep you guys updated on this collection and how it works out and things like that, and if it's worth the money, if it's working, all of it and stuff like that. So next is, so we do got a whole bunch of powder, so I'm going to go ahead and get the concealer. So they did, of course, have a concealer, and I got mine in the shade Ivory, which is a very light shade, which I kind of should have went shaded down. But like I said, they had very light, like light to deep skin tones for the concealer, but like I said, for the foundation, it was all like I said, medium, like light to that, and this is like fair to deep. So, and of course they had powder foundations, which, like I said, you could get a powder foundation along with this too. But I'm not really a big fan of that. I'm not really a big fan of powder foundations. I like liquids or creams or tints. So yeah. So yes, anti-aging, another corrector. So we will see. Like I said, it's very light, which kind of I think would counteract what I have and all of that. So we will just counteract, you know, all of this. But this one look like, and we will see. I'm going to use the same brush, but I do have this brush. So I'm going to use this brush, and then we will see what it does. So it's supposed to be a full coverage type of foundation. Now they did have no setting powders, they have finishing powders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this as I'm gonna use that as a finishing powder, and then we're gonna use it at the end once I get done with all of my bronzers and blush and all that. So, but so far for this, not that bad. Again, feels a little dry. So I'm gonna try a brush. So I'm gonna use a different brush because I'm gonna actually do a sponge. Give me one moment. I'm going to actually run a sponge for this. See how that works out. And we're gonna see how the sponge works out for this. So I'm gonna use my Will Technique sponge, and we're gonna see how it works out for that. And I'm just gonna dot this all over the face and see if it does any difference. And let me just a little bit more because I don't like using this sponge for all of it. So let me dry this out. Definitely take away the cakiness once you use a sponge, and you will get lighter coverage. But for me, it's like I think the sponge will work a little bit better than the brush. And I think I personally like it with the sponge. It's a little, like, this does set down really quickly. Like, this is hard to blend out. So this is a very, apparently, fast concealer to a point where you're kind of going to have to work with it quickly. And that's the sucky part about this. Like, kind of going to have to work quickly when it comes to this. I'm going to put a little bit more concealer. I'm going to see something. Like a little bit more here. But like maybe a dot, a tad bit more underneath my eyes. Like I said, I just want to see how this works. I feel like that it works, like I said, a lot better with the sponge. And you have to definitely do this right after you put it on. Like, it will set. But I think it looks a lot better with a sponge. Yes, like I said, you'll lose the coverage, but you can always build it up. But I don't think it'll look that bad now. Like, it doesn't look as cakey. Actually look like a natural skin. And for underneath the eyes, it still looks a little dry and all that. So like I said, I'm gonna have to keep, like, even if I try to blend on my hand, you can see it's taking me a while to even do this. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. The foundation and the concealer may be a dud for me, but like I said, I will keep on. We'll see at the end, and we'll see when I come back and show you guys the results and the updates and views, how this all wore out and what it looked like together and separate, like some products. So what I'm going to do is use the translucent finishing powder, because I do have powder products. I don't want them to stick on me. So I'm going to try this underneath my eyes, and I'm going to try this all over my face. And woo, very powdery. Yeah, it has that type of sifter. So what I'm going to take is a nice loose powder brush, and like I said, I'm just going to use this and use the top, and we were going to set underneath my eyes. I would use another same powder, but like I said, I'm going to try this and we will see how it looks underneath my eyes. Okay. Okay, looks good. Good so far. I like the fact that it's a net, but it's a little messy. And I like the fact that it is actually kind of setting on my eyes, and I like the fact that it is kind of like natural, and it's, see, and with this it's kind of like combining and not really messing up. Like, it's giving me a good balance. So like I said, I'll do some more when I get completely done with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my big fluffy brush, and we will see. But I like the powder so far. It is giving me a natural look. It is drying out my skin, okay. So yeah, I don't know if this is good for people who is really dry. So we're definitely going to spray with the setting spray and see how this works. But we're going to set that to the side, and we are now going to do the bronzer. This is the Natural Glow Loose Bronzer in number 1. Again, it has the same, and again, ooh, look like I sparkling too. I don't know about this brand now. It looks literally, if I even take it off, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like little sparkles in it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little sparkly. I don't know if I want to. I may end up giving this to my cousin. I don't know if you guys can see on the brush. Looks a little sparkly. I don't like sparkle like that. I like the one that I tried. I did a YouTube video for this one, trying some makeup from CoverGirl, the skin enhancer, and I'm telling you right now that I really did like it. Normally, like, it's really beautiful, and it gives you like that natural glow without the sparkle, without the glitter and all that. This on the other hand, I mean, once I tap off the excess of this, it looks normal, but when I open that up, it looks like it has so much glitter in it. It was like, so okay, I do like it. It's not too deep for me. Once you blend it out, can't really see like the sparkles, but it's like really scary because you kind of can see like in the pan, and I'm like, ew. So again, first impression, test it out. Okay, next thing is blush. I got this really pretty powder blush. Again, I got the shade number 2, Pink Lily. Again, it does look got sparkle in it, and I'm like, why sparkle? Why sparkle? Like I said, I like the skin enhancer from CoverGirl because I like the natural enhancer, natural glow, not the let's give you sparkle, let's give you diamond, let's give you all this glitter on your face. Oh, and it's very powdery. Very powdery product, so be careful. And that reason why I tap my brushes off, because I don't want to look like a clown. But let's go ahead and try this on. Ooh. Okay, now this is pretty. The bronzer is good. I like the blush. That is a pretty blush. Like, that is a pretty blush, as you can see. But you could definitely see, like, this glow, the sparkle. And I'm like, I don't know about this. Like I said, I don't know if I want a sparkly product. But the color is beautiful. I really do like the color. Like I said, just tap your brush off. You won't look like a clown, but okay, that is good. Okay. I just have to get a lighter shade because I don't know about that, because like in natural light, I don't like, I'll talk to my husband, but he'll tell me if it's too dark. But this is a beautiful like blush, and I like the bronzer blush so far. Like the face products are good. I'm just trying to figure out if I like the foundation and the concealer in the front of this. But the blush and bronzer is really good. So far, I really like those products. Except for the possibility of the glitter, which, again, not my thing. Okay, so let me go ahead and get all this glitter off because I don't want this on my eyes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I have no highlighter, so I'm not going to use no highlighter. But I do have brow products and mascara. So, like I said, the only eyeshadow that I saw there, it was this one by here, was the Natural Illusion eye palette, and basically it's really like a classic nude, like an everyday type of nude that will give you that look and everything. And I'm telling you right now, the shades are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I have so many natural nude stuff, and I'm like, I just got it because I want to try the little highlighter. It does come with a little brush, but I don't want to use that brush. It's too tiny. It won't work for me. So the only thing I'm going to be using I am going to use this on a primer, and yes, it is not Nude by Nature primer. It's more the e.l.f. primer, which I am still testing out, and so far I'm liking this primer. I've used it. This is my third time using this, and I actually do like this. The e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow kind of reminds me of not my Milani, but the next one they used to have, especially with glitters that just love to fall out. So I just put a little bit on my eyes. It does say wait 30 seconds like the one from Milani. So while this is waiting and I'm waiting, we're gonna go on not eyes, but brows. And I did get a brow product. They did have no brow pencils. They had brow powders, but again, I'm not really a big brow powder fan. So they only had the make sure it's blending good. Brow, what does he call it? The brow, oh my god, it's too small. Precision Brow Mascara. And I got mine in, I think, brown, regular brown. They only had 2 colors of this too, and I'm like, yeah. So this is what it looked like. Really like tiny, itty, mini one. So I'm gonna try this and we will see. And it looks a little bit light for me, because usually I'm like dark brown, I'm medium brown. So, but it's composing like a lot of product out, which is good. I do like the little spoolie. It does get into your brow hairs very good. And I like the fact that it kind of look like my brow hairs, but better. And you can see. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my brush that I have. This right here. And I'm just going to spread this out. See. Just give it a little spready spread. I mean, not bad. I mean, it looks good. Doesn't look like the color's off or, you know, too light. So, definitely gonna keep trying this. Like, again, I like the little spoolie a lot. Like I said, a lot comes out. So, you gotta be careful with that. And it does, like, literally coat in your individual hairs. So, look like you actually do have, like, brow hairs and stuff like that. So, but I do like that part right there. So again, not bad. It reminds me of my Benefit one, which you guys know I love, and then of course my e.l.f. one. But not bad, actually. It looks pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna have to go basically the one coat look. So what I'm gonna do, like, a lot of these have sparkles in them, and that's the thing, is that these are very sparkly eyeshadows. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go into the light one, the very first one, kind of coat my eyes. And again, we will see. I know this ain't really going to do anything. This is more like a inner corner. But I think I'm going to have to use the second one in my crease. And I'll probably do like the golden one all over my lid. And then use this very light one. All that. So I'm going to do this quickly. And we're just going to put the gold all over my lid. Again, it's going to be one of those natural looks. And all of that. So again, this is a more of an everyday natural, let's, you know, put something on my eye type thing. And then, like I said, for the inner corner, we're just going to use this really extremely light one. So this is what it look like. Next is a little bit of mascara. So this is a Nature by Nude mascara. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on. Again, it doesn't look like I got anything on, but we will see. Why did I do that? So this is what the eyes look like. And then we'll spray, and we'll use the Nature by Nude spray. See how that feels. Very strong spray. Woo! Definitely coats you. Definitely coats. Okay, then last but not least, I have some lip products. So this is the one, they have several shades of this. This is the one in shade, what is it? Rose, I think? Pencil. Yeah, rose. So I got this. What it look like. And then So that's what's look like on lips. And then I got they had a ton of lip products. So this is almost like the Mayo by Natural Glow Revival lip product. Almost has the same concept as this. But it's very like all that. You can't do it all that. This is the Luxurious Lip Syrup and Honey Peach. Again, this is the one that you can't really roll down. So when you roll it up, be careful because you can't roll it down. One of those. But that is it using all of my products from this. I will definitely give you a review and all that once I try these out and everything, give it a good test and all that. But I will see you next time. All this will be in Walmart, so I'll put it down below. I'll put all this in the description box. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you tried anything from this brand, I would love to know how you guys thought, your feelings, if you liked it, didn't like it, what you thought about it. You know, did you think it was the same as me and all that? So comment that all down below. Till then, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.